Hello, hello friends. How are you doing? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How's it going? Thanks for the help in the interview. Got full points. Oh, nice. Congrats. No problem. Hey, Koob. Hello. Chillgam. Hello, hello. One Drunk Man. It is early today. Oh, what the heck? Ugh. Okay, Google, shut up. Alright. My Google clock thing going off today. Funzy, hello. Playing Lost Ark? Nice. Avo, hey. It's actually Sangeo, not Sangeo. JD talking. Yeah. Alright, anyway. How's it going, everyone? Hope your start to the week has been a good one. Happy Monday. Decide to skip dailies for now, collect some Mokoko seeds. I don't know too much about Lost Ark, so I can't really tell you much about it. So, the camera's a little bit too... There, that's better. Alright. So today we're building a Monstargear Sangeo60. It's a 60% from Monstargear, a keyboard vendor from Korea. And oh, it's like Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild. Oh, that's a lot of work. I see though. Happy Monday, Mason. How are you? Are things better now or still a lot of work? A little better now, but I still have like a bunch of work going on. So, you know, I'm still like a busy person overall. But yeah, definitely better than better than like January, February for sure. But probably gonna get a little bit busy again. 1,200 seats? Oh my goodness. Just spent close to 4 hours bathing and drying my dog. Wow, dogs are a lot of work, I have to say. Like, I used to live with dogs. Well, a dog at a time. But yeah, a lot of work to care for them and such. Alright. Let's get started, shall we? So, as I said, we have a Sangeo60 today. It's the first time I see a 60% from Monstargear. I know that this board has been out for a while, but it's the first one that has been sent to me. I think I did the 87 one, the TKL, a while back. But yeah, today we get to check out the 60%. And we're gonna be building this with Alpacas. If I recall, that's right, Alpacas. And let's see what we have here. Hype keyboards. Oh, there's the FR4 plates. That's a huge case for a 60% keyboard. Yeah, it is humongous. Yeah, this is a rather large amount of foam for one. But I guess they're going for very protective. So, you know. Anyway, that's what it looks like. Okay, there. Yeah, so this is what it looks like, the case. It looks like it's a little dirty. There we go. But yeah, that's what the shark looks like. So Sangeo means shark in Korean. That's what it's called. It basically means shark 60. But yeah, Sangeo literally means shark in Korean. So this is like I think this seems to be a PVD brass weight. It's not very heavy, this case, overall. It's a very light weight. And it has a left side USB-C port, two-piece case construction, and as you can see, there are some gasket strips to isolate the plate on both sides. Pretty simple case, actually. This is a wind keyless case, as you can see, and no gaskets on the sides. Just lining the top and bottom. There's five strips on each side. So, yeah. Baby shark. Alright, Kanakunchi, thank you so much for the 7 months. How are you doing? How's your day? Clogbob, thank you so much for 7 months. Vicious7, hi, how are you? I'm doing okay. Today we're gonna be building with Staebies. So we have some Staebies from Keyboard Treehouse AE boards. Pretty exciting. Nylon and palm Staebies. And we have a PCB here. Oh, ooh, oh, okay. It's a DZ60 V2 PCB, Type C. Comes with little shims, so I'm gonna guess this is 1.2 millimeters. Very nice. My, look at this. Look at this. You guys see this? Crazy amount of flex cuts on this. Look, like literally every row is just bending, you know? So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Traces look nice. It is a DZ60 though, so you can see there's quite a lot of layout options. So you get the Swiss cheese, what people call Swiss cheese, all around. But yeah, traces look nice. It looks cleaner than the other DZ60s that I've seen, at least. And it looks like nowadays they have these cuts for pillars, I guess. Tray mount able too. I see the tray mount holes over here, here. Looks like it has a caps lock indicator LED as well. And it supports like a bajillion layouts. But hey, it's still powered by Atmega 32U4, so pretty standard. Left side USB-C. Yeah, it is the Uber Flexi DZ60. Yeah. I don't know what to expect, but I think it'll be interesting. GMK Calm Devs. Oh, that's an interesting choice. In fact, a very apt choice for this board. Does it have a JST port? It does not. It does not have a JST port, and it does not have a... Yeah, it does not have any pads for one. So, unfortunately, you're out of luck on that. All right, let's put this a little bit back where it's here. Fuzzinator says this is perfect. I've been debating getting that Flexi solder PCB or not. Yeah, I see. Well, we'll see how it goes today. It's my first time trying this new PCB from KVD fans. Oh, TKL King, hello. How are you? They just starting early morning stream for us Southeast Asian folks. This is true. It is. You're up quite early for SEA. You're up. You're an early morning person, it seems. Mr. Kane, Kanakunchi, not sure. Anyway, but yeah, you're up very early. if we are still 12 hours away or 13, it's still like 5 a.m. So hope it doesn't affect sound too much. We'll see. Actually, it might make it a bit. Maybe it's deeper. I don't know. I actually really don't know what to expect with this. And an FR4 plate, so It's all FR4 basically. This PCB was already tested before, so I think I can skip that step now, and we can just move straight into the build. So we can do stabs. Let me double check the layout that I'm going to be doing today. Okay, so we have regular caps lock, 7U spacebar, split, right shift, and regular backspace. Okay, cool. And which brand is this PCB? This is from KBD fans. Alright, so we're gonna need 7U. Gonna need these screws later. Gonna need, let's see, regular backspace, ANSI enter, and left shift. And so we'll need a bunch of these. We'll need 8 of these. It's 2 p.m. I think it's still too early for a stream. It is early for a stream for California time, and it is Monday after all too. So I got off early today, luckily. But I do have work tomorrow morning early too, so it doesn't really change the net amount of work done. So. The bigger shark uses DC65. I see, so that's the default. Cool. Yeah, so I do have the default build. This had a different build, but I was just asked to take it out. And then use this. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh, Mendax, how are you? Hydrate? Oh, let me get some water. Let me get some actual water. Oh, Mr. Frank. Mr. Shaky himself. How are you? I heard you hosted a meetup or something like that. I was seeing some stories about some meetup that you had. Pretty cool. Okay. But anyway, if you haven't seen the case, Sangeo60, nice and simple, honestly. I don't think the bezels are perfectly even. No, they're not. The sides are slightly thinner, but definitely on the thicker sides. Thicker sides. I mean, thicker side for the bezels. My bad. And has a pretty substantial like side chamfer kind of because of this diagonal cut. But yeah, it looks nice. All right, I'm just gonna like flip it upside down so you can see the shark weight, and just do the stabs. Hello, Mr. Pumpy. How are you? Hope your day off is going well. Happy Monday, Mr. Frank. Oh, would you look at that? The gang's all here. Yeah. What are y'all doing right now, huh? Is it 2 p.m. isn't it almost 2 p.m. in the West Coast? What are y'all doing slacking and not working, huh? Just kidding. Is it collective Californian siesta time? Is that what West Coast people do now? I'm working, bruh? Okay. Cool. I mean, honestly, I don't care. I don't mind if you work or not. Alright, so per usual, I lube my stabs with 205 because that's just kind of how I do it. Well, for Staebies, it should be similar to TX in the sense that it doesn't require too much lube, but at the same time I still do it the same way. So lube the housing slightly, and then lube the wire a little bit more heavily towards the end, and then that's pretty much what it is. The DZ60 looks different than my last one. Did they change the visual aesthetic? Yeah, so this one looks very, very flashy, pumpy. It's like super shiny. Like the traces are everywhere. You can like they even put the solder mask like all around the frame. So it's very trying to make a statement here. Yeah, no, do you see that? Yeah, flex cuts everywhere. It has 1, 2, 3, and 4. All through the alphas, basically. Yeah. Basically just missing the vertical ones like the Mr. Suit, huh? But yeah, I think it's a new version of their PCB. But we are using a full plate, however, so we'll see how it goes, because it is a full plate, so the full plate should still give it a decent amount of rigidity because it's gonna hold the switches. But I mean, we still should feel a good amount of give because, you know, PCB is just kind of floating in there. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It could be that the plate is enough to sort of hold things together, but I do think that because of the PCB, it's really gonna show a good amount of give, and that'll be fun. FR4 plate and PCB secured, nice. Where do you get the big tub of lube from? So basic Brian TV, I mean, this is just a jar from Amazon. This is just a jar from Amazon. Just bought like one of those like sets of jars, you know, for makeup or whatever. But the lube I got in bulk from one of the vendors. In my case, I've gotten a tub of 205 from I've gotten it once from Switch Mod, and then I've gotten it once from One Up Keyboards. So both are authorized vendors for Tribosys and Crytox products, and I support them fully. And so yeah, like I sourced like, you know, like half a kilo of 205 or whatever back in the day, and it's still going. So yeah. Reborn, hey, what's up? 15 months, thank you. But yeah, you'll need stabilizer shims. Yeah, I'm aware that this is a 1.2 millimeter PCB, so that also will make a difference in the feel of this board once the build is completed. Oh, Mr. Manoli. Oh yeah, shout out commands. I think the mods should have power, but I mean, is this Frank's Monday attempt at trying to become a mod in my chat? I see how it is. Is this how you pilfered through every streamer's chat? Admirable attempt. Okay. Very nice alliteration, Mr. Tim. Say no, Diego? No. What's up, Manoli? How are you? How's it going, buddy? Oh yeah, Manoli, I was I had some KBBQ the other day. Yeah, I was reminded of you because you sure love your KBBQ. How you been? I'm doing all right. How are you doing? How's GMK Evil Eye going? Been seeing quite a lot of good reception for it, I think. There's been a lot of collabs and stuff. Oh, mama. Did I miss something? Oh, what does the 1.2 millimeter mean effectively? It is 0.4 millimeters thicker. I mean thinner, sorry. A regular PCB is 1.6 millimeters thick. That's the standard for our keyboard PCBs. 1.2 is, well, a fourth thinner, so it's 3/4 thick, basically. Yeah, so thinner means, you know, you're pushing against less material. which effectively means that you have an even more flexible PCB under your switches. Evil Eye is going well, hopefully wrapping up strong this week. Last week is usually a strong week because people don't always buy at the beginning. Actually, I would say nowadays people will probably not buy at the beginning, especially with all the reluctance of with GMK and all that. You know how that goes. Very T-wordy. GMK lead times, never heard of it? Yeah, you don't hear of it. Yeah. It takes about 2 years. It takes about a year and 2 months for you to hear about it. So there's a little delay there. It is too late to warn that to Mr. Nacho. ODM. Holy crap, Twitch lagging like crazy? Is it me? Okay, I'm not dropping frames, so I think I'm okay. Gotta head home from work. Have a good rest of the stream. Thank you, dude. Have a good commute back home. Let's go on a date soon. Okay. Went to my first keyboard meetup this weekend. Had no idea Smith & Rune was partly from Colorado. Yeah. I believe Mr. L. Baron is from there. And oh man, what's the other half's name? I forget his username, but I know it when I see it. And I believe the other person's here in the East Coast. Voxkey? Is that right? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I think that's right, yeah. But yeah, I think L. Baron's from Colorado, though. I should have said hi for you. No. I don't really know them personally, so they would have been like, oh, okay, hi. Sure. You know? I just know that they're there because I've seen like pictures of meetups or like people talk about it, so yeah. ODM is being cautious now. He could be sentenced for 11 hours without parole. ODM playing a dangerous game, I'm telling you. We were discussing on the court how the Brazil customs thought a frog to kill was an actual frog and sent it to animal regulatory? Oh my goodness. Wait, are you serious? Wait, but doesn't it actually say like computer keyboard on the customs document? Declaration? Isn't that kind of strange? They brought some insane prototypes. Oh, very nice. Good for them. So I guess they're working on more new stuff. Hard time in the T-word mine. Q told that story. Oh yeah, Mr. Q just joined our server. He was saying in the Singa server how he didn't have access to JD emotes and he wanted them, and so I sent him an invite. Fellow Brazilian enthusiast, friend of other Brazilian enthusiasts like Senor Teclados himself, Mr. Keebs, one of the nicest people in the community, easily. And one of the oldest content creators too. as far as time, like making content. Stream lagged. I'm not dropping frames, so I think it's on you for now. We'll see. Spectrum may defy me today because I know that Mr. Alex Oto's actually delayed his stream because his internet service provider was not collaborating with him earlier this afternoon. So you never know. East Coast ISPs. Imagine. It's a transnational problem. Senor Teclados is focusing on his Brazil streams, I believe. No longer doing the English stuff. I think that kind of makes sense, though. Don't you think? I mean, it is his local community after all. And I think he does want to kind of grow that community and, you know, help, you know, fellow Brazilians. And more importantly, you know, I think there's quite a lot of English-focused content creators too, and you know, ROI basically, and it gets a little difficult, and language barrier is always harder to deal with. I mean, I could see that from, let's say, Mr. Katana's like point of view is the same. Katana X Kaji. I think that's kind of the same point of view that you would share there. Like very different region, different demographic. Financially too, it's completely different. Like there's so many things to it. Average internet speeds across the US and North America are pretty low. Yeah, the average speed is extremely low, and that is because the ISPs are completely garbage, but you know. Haven't seen his stream in a while. Oh yeah. But that's why. It's because he changed username to Senor Teclados, I believe. And he also streams at hours that are more preferential to him. So yeah. Got an email from Xfinity saying the same stuff for Colorado. ISP's full of garb. I mean, all of them are bad. Like, I have Spectrum too, but they all have their slew of issues. Like, for example, if you don't have access to fiber, like Verizon Fios, for example, like one of them, like the regular Verizon service is really bad too. Specifically for ISP. Like, I'm not talking about their phone service. But yeah, even if you have fiber though, like, I don't know, it's just a competition problem in America, and like the, you know, FCC and all these things, right? Like regulation in America for this all sucks. Like the infrastructure is owned by them, and like FCC doesn't do jack shit about it. And yeah. Do like the bottom and Sharky badge of this keyboard a lot, but I really dislike the fact that it's just a 60 and the thick bezels. You know, Conan, I actually do agree with you in the sense that like thick bezels on the 60 looks kind of off for me. Like the 60% is supposed to be a very space-saving layout in general, like because you're supposed, you know, you're cutting out all the nav cluster and whatnot. But with the thicker bezel, it really feels like it takes up quite a bit of space. I mean, that said, I do have boards like the Thermal, which is super wide. It's super long. It's like as long as like a TKL, basically, right? It's a great board. I mean, but it has a very unique aesthetic. That's for sure. But yeah, I personally am a little more careful when choosing between boards. I mean, among boards with thicker bezels, just because my preference is to have thinner bezels overall, or even just the proportions, the ratio being a little bit different. But that said, it's a personal aesthetic preference. Like it doesn't really affect functionality. So yeah, I have massive hands, so my Sangha doesn't feel big. Well, you know, I don't have massive hands. Bureaucracy, lobbying, something politics. Yeah. So you don't like thermal? I do like the thermal. It's very unique. Actually, the thermal, it grew on me over time. More than, like, at the very beginning, I was very torn about the thermal. And then once I started seeing more and more pictures, I was like, oh man, it's a beautiful board. That's what really turned me over. And like, I was like, yeah, I gotta get one of those. It's really, really cool design. This build is gonna be fun for me. Oh wait, my joy for the Sangeo is actually just how good it sounds with no mods. Yeah, we'll see how this is. I actually am very curious as to what this board is gonna sound like and stuff. Especially with this PCB and plate configuration, it's just kind of wild. Back to basics today. I'm using my HKB Tofu with silent switches. It's silent, so it doesn't sound bad. Well, you know what is the best way to not care about the sound? Just wear headphones. Just wear headphones. And use your keyboard. Type away wearing headphones. I'm gonna try and sleep. Alright, sounds good. MSA, have a good one. Have a good night. Sleep well. Try not to get distracted. Screen's off. Catch you later. Why build a keyboard then? Hey, look. Some people are all about the feel of a board. Some people are about the sound. It all varies. I think there definitely is a little bit of an obsession with sound in our community, especially since the rise of content creation and this idea of typing sounds and whatnot. There is a very strong surge towards people who are like, oh, sound and the character in sound and characterizing that and using certain adjectives for it and qualifying it in all kinds of ways. But that said, I think it still is a very personal journey for everybody. It's a Cakes. Thank you so much for the 5 months. Today I turned off my music to hear my typing sounds while working. What a nerd. Yeah, what a nerd. Seriously. Aesthetic over feel over sound. I do think aesthetic it is #1 for me too. Yeah. For sure. For sure. Rama, give me my thermal. Hopefully soon. Mango Head is right though, yeah. The way you can see the plate color through the fringes of the thermal, yeah. Very, very beautiful. Very nice. Also, welcome Jack Piketty. They say that they like thick bezels. Down with the thickness. I'm all about the taste of a board. I think maybe if I am reborn, haha, as a different species, perhaps it will be all about taste and not feel, aesthetics, or sound. Will I be reborn? Probably not. I'll probably end in whatever is the equivalent of purgatory or hell. And being reborn will not be right for me to have. That PCB looks insane. Yeah, it really is pretty wild. I don't know what to expect. It kind of reminds me of the Mr. Suit a lot. Like, you know, except without all the vertical cuts as well. The Mr. Suit had like the per key cut almost. It was pretty wild. It almost killed the sound in the sense that, like, when I use it with no foam, right? When I built that Mr. Suit that I built a while ago, we did it with no foam. And basically it kind of like, the sound was like gone because I guess like the sound just dissipated through the motion of the PCB. Degentrifier. Hi, White Wing. How are you, Uwu? How are you? Hello, hello. How are you, Woo? Prefer feel and sound and aesthetic? Oh, I see. No, I'm all about aesthetic. I'm all about that, like how it looks on my desk on a table, you know. Oof. Yeah, again, it's all personal. That also changes over time, though. I realized. I remember when I first joined the community, I was definitely more about feel than aesthetic or sound. Particularly because I just wanted something different. I had like MX Browns and some other stuff, and like I was just like, I kind of want to try just something, anything different, anything, and just kept trying different things. And like when I went to my first meetup and kind of like fell in love with Taupe and like a few other things like MX Clears, Zelios when they just come out. It was kind of wild. And then obviously I had tried like smooth linears for the first time too, and that was also like quite the experience. Oh, Mr. Rivius just redeemed push-ups. Okay. Let me finish the wires. How about that? Falling in love with the real thought? Yeah. Relevant. Yeah. I went. It was funny because I kind of like realized how different like the Novatouch Taupe experience was from like the OEM Taupe experience. It was kind of different. The sliders maybe are just kind of give you a different feel. I mean the caps too, like the OEM caps versus like using like GMK or SA or whatever, DSA. I think a lot of people used DSA back then too. I remember a very iconic setup was this DSA Granite with color mods on a Novatouch. Very cool looking though, because DSA Granite was like this classic set, right? Among the DSA sets. Very popular at the time. Whoa! Peaches! What? Context, please. Context. Anyway. Let's go back and read. I mean, I like budget and affordability while maintaining quality. I mean, for sure. I think budget obviously comes into mind for almost everybody. Like, you definitely want to have something that's a good bang for the buck, right? I mean, there are some people, for some people, money is an inconsequential thing, but the vast majority are thinking about how much they have to spend for, good bang for the buck. So, yeah, I think the budget part kind of just is baked into that consideration. I have pretty boards in group buy, but all my boards right now are mainly function over form. Like my fave board right now is my Rect. Oh, the Rect is very nice. The 1800 functionally too is also superb, I think. Hey Diego, how Meteor Whites can be compared with Alpacas? Ikezaki, I think Meteor Whites or SP Star Switches in general tend to be a little bit on the louder side. From what people seem to say, like after let's say you have Lube with 205, both of them. People say that the SP Star housings tend to sound a little bit kind of more clacky, kind of more like bright and louder. But that said, I don't think they're long pull either, like some of them. So yeah, I think just apples to apples, it's just gonna be a slightly louder switch compared to like Alpacas. But both of them are very smooth switches. So I don't think you'll have issues with like that part of the functionality. Everyone actually has aesthetics first. When you join, it's a group by its sound second after creator builds it. I guess that's kind of true. Do you want to go to a meetup one of these days to try different board setups? Yeah, I do highly recommend people to go to meetups to try out stuff. That really kind of changes your perception, or your perspective on things, because you just get exposed to so much. And it's also about like the hanging out with people. That also kind of starts changing your mind on things. Like certain people do kind of influence you in certain ways, because they're very passionate about it. So yeah, Novatouch was popular in the PC community as well. Yeah, I mean the Cooler Master stuff was always popular in the mech community and the PC community, the gaming community, right? So feel so embarrassed. I mean, cognitive wonder. It's not a. It's nothing to be embarrassed of. I think information is somewhat scattered in between the PC gaming and the building and like the mech community. It's kind of scattered, so it takes a little time to kind of get exposed to different things to kind of like really mesh all that info. So yeah. I wish money didn't matter. Same TBH. Nocticine, Thermal, and Ginkgo and Q. Ooh, very nice. Okay. Sound test is a lie. Sound test is just depending on too many factors. You need to understand what, like, you need to just take it with a grain of salt. A mic will capture things differently in every way possible. Position, the frequency response of that particular system, you know, and obviously the way it's set up. So, right, it's hard to like it should not translate to expectation, that's for sure. It gives you a little bit of a reference, but it should not translate to expectation. And that's probably the wrong approach for anything that you see online in general. I mean, reviews included. Excuse me. If I don't like how it types, it's sitting on the shelf. Oh yeah, for sure. Early stream indeed, Marksy. Oh, Mr. Jordan. Hello. 12 months. Thank you so much, buddy. How are you? T-Money Lionface has gotta find meetups to go to first. Trying to organize one in Southwest Ohio. Oh, T-Money Lionface. I believe Mr. P-Wade 3, Jacob Smear, and that crew, they normally organize the where's that? Is that Akron, Ohio? And also Columbus meetup in Ohio? They organize the Ohio meetups, basically. There's an Ohio mech server, Discord server, that you should probably join. You'll definitely be able to find people in Ohio to meet up with. There's a good number of enthusiasts there. Already there? Oh, okay. Perfect. So no problemo. Go and get your sweet cocktails with Mr. P. Wade, because he likes the sweeter stuff. And go get some oh sorry, you guys call it pop. That's right, pop. Not soda, pop. Still kind of can't get used to that, actually. This is the one of the words that I can't get used to. I'm like, huh, pop. Okay. All I think is pop, you know? I don't know. Like the community thing. Soda over pop. Okay, good. I guess, I mean, Ohio is surrounded by many states too, so I guess the influence kind of goes all around, and I'm sure that everyone's like, you know, so it's like a bit of a melting pot in the sense of, like, you know, people also move from other places. But I do know that a lot of people call it pop, and I'm like, huh, okay. At least that was my first exposure to it, so I was just surprised when it happened. A bad example, grew up in the South. Okay, so that's probably where the difference stands, right? When you say pop, you seem old-timey? You sound old-timey? Bubble pop? That's old school too, K-pop wise. In the Hero GB, you felt a K this week and can't come sooner. So excited. I think the Hero is different from the K. At least typing wise, it should be different, but the look is going to be similar. Yeah. Also, Jordan, I'm doing well. It's been busy, but I'm doing okay. Just been hanging in there, you know. Trying to keep on the grind, you know. Hanging in there. Grew up in Portland. We call it pop. Then moved to San Diego, and everyone clowned me hard. Of course. Them crazy Ohioans. Yeah. New here, is this your full-time gig? No. No, it's not. It is not my full-time gig. Alright, I owe Rivia's 10 push-ups, so I'm gonna do that right now. Let's see, I think this camera should do. And then I'll just do that. Yeah. Okay. Whew. Same if you say y'all. I actually say y'all more than I would like to admit. I say y'all a lot. I don't know why. I don't know where I picked it up. I think it's just convenient. Y'all. Like you, all, y'all. But, you know. Oh. Oh, okay. I guess I'm doing 10 more. In Brooklyn, I grew up saying yeah? Okay, I can't. I don't know. Oh, it was out of focus? Is that... Okay, I think that's better. Ooh. Ooh. Alright. Keyboards full time or is it part time? It's just a hobby for me. I do this for fun. I stream for fun. I build for fun. I mean, it is a build service now, but it's just for fun. I do it because I like to do it. Kind of sweaty because wearing a long sleeve in my room is kind of suicidal, to be honest. Oh yeah. What do you do to pay the rent? I'm a graduate student. I do research. I am a slave to the academic system. Just kidding. Not really a slave. I actually love my boss. My boss is the nicest person out there. I'm actually very happy with what I do. And yeah, I can afford to have free time as long as I, you know, do my work. So, yeah. Me too, third-year PhD student. Whoa, nice. Nice. Dude, that's sick. It's always good to meet fellow PhD students. I actually just finished my master's requirements and did my qualifying exam a couple of months back, so a little bit off the hook for now. But we're starting to ramp up again with research. What field? I'm poli-sci and do primarily quantitative research. Oh, very nice. I wonder if political science for quantitative research, if it involves like, is it like a lot of statistics, or I wonder what kind of quantitative work you guys do. Always nice to meet fellow slaves. Okay, buddy. I get it that you're trying to allude to to our suffering to be akin to much of a, you know, people who are stuck in being a cog in the machine. But I don't think it's not that bad, okay? It's not that bad. Actually, well, it all depends on your boss, to be honest. The life of a graduate student is very highly dependent on your boss, like your PI, like the advisor, and your program in general. In my case, I'm very lucky. I am very lucky that I have a good advisor, and just overall, like, my program's pretty supportive. So, but yeah, I'm in like electrical biomedical engineering kind of field. So I'm in engineering. So yeah, I do like STEM-based research for the most part, medically focused. I say y'all even in a professional setting. I think I say y'all like everywhere too. Not all the time actually. It just kind of comes out. At least you ain't gotta deal with the Pittsburgher foolishness of yins. Oh yeah, yinzers. Keyboard makes you lose money, not make money. This is true. If I look at my spreadsheet, I know. Keyboards overall don't make me make money. So, yeah. Alright, so let's put these on. Is it still colder in New York? It got cold again this week, yeah. It's around like 30. Actually, today was pretty chilly. Today is probably like between 20 some and 30 some degrees Fahrenheit, which is like for the people who do Celsius, it's like between like minus 5 to like 2 Celsius. A lot of statistics, whether it's Bayesian or if you're running more standard regression style models, makes sense. Yeah, work with a lot of data sets, and obviously the models depend on the DB and whatnot. Huh. My grandpa was going through medical troubles a few weeks back, and I had no issue getting 2 weeks off to help out the fam. Good advisor, a godsend. Oh yeah, good advisors are a real godsend. So, I mean, I do have a bit of a story. Like, I don't normally share this, like, often, and certainly don't, like, I'm not, like, particularly thrilled to share it, like, you know, in a public setting, like, you know, like a stream like this, but, I can share it because it's already in the past. In my case, like, so I actually initially was in medical school. I was in medical school, and, I decided to drop out of medical school because you know, it was not for me. I didn't do too well on boards, several things. So I dropped medical school. And my current advisor is the person who kind of offered to help me out to go back into graduate school. So she was very kind in offering like help at the time, like both financially and just like in general in the transition process. So I'm like very grateful to my advisor. And this was like kind of like a no strings attached sort of thing, just like trying to help because we had known each other from like my undergrad years basically. So yeah, very grateful to good advisors like that. Okay, I always hate these things. They just kind of like don't really clip. Oh, there you go, finally. All right, nice. All right. Continue my published work via DM. Oh, very nice. Yeah, sure. Send me it. I am genuinely curious. I actually just realized that Staebies use hex screws and not Phillips. Is it hex? Yeah, it's hex. It is hex, right? Oh, it's actually bigger than this. What are you studying now? As I said, I'm in engineering. I work in the medical sciences in particular. applications for medical sciences, but a lot of imaging, a lot of data analysis, data integration, that kind of stuff, databases. And before Diego ends up being the tech guy in the hospital, I mean, I think at the right place, at the right time, being the tech guy in the hospital, kind of pog, to be honest. I actually know someone who does that. Like, that's their job. And they're pretty happy. They have a very nice work-life balance. That I know. I've heard it. Because, like, the hospital has funds to hire these people. Like, a lot of them do, at least. And, well, they hire more than, you know, a few people. And the kind of tech support they give is also just, like, very different. It's not just, like, the regular IT work, either. It's actually more complicated than that because there's a lot of, like, proprietary systems and more complex stuff. And it's actually super cool for a good amount of it. At least the guy I know, he works in like he basically gives like tech support for like radiology and like other similar like big device stuff. It kind of goes beyond just the regular IT. Like he also works a lot with databases and medical systems. Legacy systems too. Well, there's a lot of that. Yeah, I mean, there's also some of the misery with people who work in like electronic health record. So people who have been working with transitioning between like older systems and Epic, for example, that's a big one. Heard a lot of stories relating to that. Kind of a pain in the butt because a lot of the stuff didn't translate at first, and it took many months to basically get things working again without having to do it all manually. Studying biomedical engineering for a while in undergrad was tough and I swapped out. Oh, I see. I see. Very nice. Love my manager but don't like my field. Have another interview this week but feel bad because she's the best. Sometimes that just happens, I think. I've also had very amazing like mentors, but ended up not liking the specific thing I was working on. Learned a lot as a person from them, but you know, that's what you take from that like particular life experience and just move on to the next chapter in your life, you know? I personally don't believe in, so you know how people say like, would you rather have a 9-to-5 and good work-life balance, or would you rather work 24/7 in the thing that you love? Actually that's a good question for you guys. What would you guys do? Would you rather work 9-to-5 and have a good work-life balance, like having hobbies outside of work, but you might not love the work, like love the work, you know? Versus having something that you work on all the time, like it's part of your like life, as it's almost like your hobby and your work at the same time. Like you're really passionate about it, you love it, you know, but you're doing this all the time. I think that that question kind of got me thinking. I was like, but I think I'm a 9-to-5. I would prefer the work-life balance and having hobbies on outside of work. I think that's the kind of person I would be, I think. Oh man, was this a diode here? What the heck? How am I supposed to do this? Okay, so this diode is getting in the way of this shim. Maybe I'll can I like, wait, is this diode for split backspace only? It is. Oh, it is not. So what do I do here? Maybe I'll, how do I cut this in a tactful way? Can I cut this without breaking it completely? Do I put it on the other side? Anyway, F being your own boss, I can see that. Yeah, I think I understand that argument. Which one do you make more money in though? Let's say you don't have financial problems in either. I mean, let's try to make assumptions that make that comparison similar, like similar. Like you don't have problems affording things, at least. It's more about your attachment to the work that you do. One of my friends was IT at Baylor Medical in Dallas. Interoperability between hospital systems and pay systems. Ooh, misery with the printers, bro. Yeah. Puff MTD, thank you so much for the 4 months. Works at Wells Fargo, higher pay, similar workload. Yeah. Buddy who's doing MD PhD just got pregnant. That sounds like a lot of extra stress. I actually do know someone like that too. Just had a kid, also MD PhD. Stressful, but also they're kind of happy too in their own way because they don't have debt from the program. If you have a great manager, she'll be happy for you finding a field that works for you. Yeah, 9 to 5. So nice to leave work at work. Yeah, I do feel that way too. It's so nice to leave work behind and have something else to be excited about. That's what I choose to, because I like that. I like having that separation between work and like my life outside of it. If it's all the same thing, it kind of starts bleeding into other aspects in my life, and I dislike that. I used to have a more of that mentality, where I was like, oh, like I think I would like want to have a, you know, like want to have a like work that kind of like I'm thinking about all the time and whatnot. But I mean, grad school already is like that, to be honest with you. And I was like, yeah, I think I can just divorce myself a little bit from it, you know? Wow, okay, nice. Alright. Oh, almost got it right. Got it off by like a teeny bit, okay. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just trying to clip this little thing here so that it fits in a way that I don't have to not use the shim completely, you know? Like I can still use the shim, but also keep the diode where it has to be. So I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Once it's properly placed in. Oh, look at that. Let's go. All right, let me put the screw in and then I'll show you what I mean. Alright, there we go. I'm not cut out for that hustle 24/7 life. I thought I was at some point, and then now I realize I'm not like that kind of person. I feel like I have the ladder now without being too much in the weeds. That's good. That's good. If I make more doing my favorite thing, then definitely that. I mean, some people are more driven by money than others, so I get it. I'm not hugely driven by money. I just want to have, I like the idea of balance, the idea of having facets of my life that are, like facets of my life that I'm happy about. And money isn't like necessarily a factor in them. But I mean, of course, like being able to afford things that you need to live is always important. But I would say like I don't need an excess of it to be happy. So yeah. But I understand that argument, Asian Monkey. Went to bed at 5 AM this morning, then lecture at 9 AM. I feel that. Work in my dream field, doing stuff for a soccer media company and blend into my life, it sucked. Yeah, that's what I would fear about a 24/7 kind of life. Yeah. That seems like a rough diode placement. Well, I think actually, now that I think about it, wait a second. They provided the shims. The KBD fans people provided the shims for this PCB, right? So that means they should know that if you place a shim underneath, the diode gets in the way. That's poor design process then. You're right. That is poor design process. That's just bad. That's just not having good foresight for this. But anyway, there it is. I just cut out a little piece of the F44 here, and that diode is fine. You know, so that's what I did. I just clipped it. Okay, let's see. 7U, I think there's only one way to put it. Not driven by money, I'm driven by financial comfortability. Yeah, so financial comfort is huge, no doubt. I would absolutely have that in mind anywhere, anytime, you know? Like whatever I do, that's a very important thing. Like, I mean, if I have a partner, or if I'm thinking about my own life, you know, settling down, like whatever for the future, setting myself up for the future, right? Like I'm obviously thinking about financial comfort. So that is very important. Like, of course, like if I do my, you know, in my case, like, you know, I finish my degree and then, you know, move on, doing other things in the world, of course I'm gonna be thinking about something that will be, yeah, like somewhat cushy. Like I can get that work-life balance and not worry about the financial portion of it. Yeah. But I mean, if that necessitates a little bit more stringent conditions than a 9 to 5 or like a, you know, 9 to 7, let's say, then you know, like for a little bit I could do that, and then, you know, make some sacrifices for a little time, and then come back, reassess the situation, and see like whether I'm happier about it or not. All right, cool. That worked out now. Isn't there a graph that shows that once you have enough to meet most of your needs, then people's perceived happiness tends to plateau as income increases? Oh, I mean, I would, yeah, that would make sense. Margareth, also welcome. How are you? Them providing the shim, knowing that the diode, do they think that you can just put the shim over? I think they might have thought that you would put the shim on the top side instead of the bottom side. So maybe that was why. But if you think about it, the shim should go on the bottom because you want the stabilizer to be flat on the top surface so that it doesn't sit higher than it should be, right? Yeah. Anyway, that's done. So it was not a big problem, but yeah, I guess if I had to give feedback to the PCB designer, or yeah, to a PCB designer, I would tell them like, hey, could you put the diode elsewhere? Because that doesn't work. Happiness starts to plateau after 80K. Well, that's somewhere else, not in New York City. Not in New York City. Happiness does not even start at 80K in New York City, or in San Francisco, or in Vancouver, or Toronto, or, you know, LA. But I mean, I would agree that in a lot of places 80K goes very far. Yeah. 80K in those areas is poverty, yeah. Oh god. Wait, which one is it? Oh, okay. Oh, this should be the same as this, so it's probably this one. Okay. I think the plateau you speak of is average across the whole US, so it wouldn't measure well at locality. Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. I mean, of course, it is going to be very highly dependent on what your local conditions are, and also those tend to vary a decent bit, especially now with like how real estate is working out for a lot of people, which is not a good place. It's pretty tough. Like, you know, ownership is very difficult for certain places, so I mean, it's not even an option in many places too. $80 to $95 is high here. I see. No, I mean it's interesting to hear people's stories about kind of how their income correlates to their quality of life. In the Dallas area, 80K gives very comfortable apartment living, but not not to own your own house comfort. Yes, right. Yeah, that makes sense. That would be quite applicable to a lot of metropolitan areas in the United States, at least, except for the very expensive ones. But at least in a lot of cities, it still kind of would work that way. Like something like in the high 5 digits gives you comfortable living, but you might still be a renter. But you will not have issues like, you know, with all your basic needs and then a lot beyond that. So yeah. All right, let's see. Where is our 7U? I think it should always be here. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's right. All right, I think we can test our stabs first. Is the Flex Cut DZ60 worth it over the regular DZ60? It's only worth it if you want Flex, right? If you don't want that, it's not worth it for you. I mean, it's definitely gonna be what you want out of it. Some people actually strongly dislike it, and some people really love it. So. Let's just double check that these stabs are actually properly placed, because this PCB here is a little bit more finicky that I can see. Okay, they look all nice and flat, so let's check it out. Off topic, I'm stuck between FR4 plate and a brass plate for the Keycaps #1 revision 2. And then on top of that, I'm stuck between inks, creams, and there's lavenders. Mind your insight on it? Sure. Let's see. FR4 is softer than brass. So if you like a sturdier typing feel, brass is the way to go. Also, I believe both FR4 and brass plates will probably have the leaf spring cuts for the new #1s. So even if it's brass, it might have a bit of flexibility to it, but I mean, the bottom out is still definitely going to be a substantial amount, like sturdy, stiff feeling compared to the FR4. As far as the switches go, they all have very different kind of sound signatures to them. I guess lavenders or inks are more closely related to one another than creams. Creams have a very like bright, like clacky sort of sound to them, whereas lavenders and inks, due to the materials of their housing, they're different. But as far as smoothness goes, creams kind of do require a bit of a break-in period, because they tend to be a little bit, they're like basically made out of material that kind of like self-lubricates, quote unquote, which basically just means that you need to work them in, like like break them in. So assuming that your creams are smooth enough, then they're all pretty smooth switches, but they definitely do sound differently, so that's a preference thing too. Yeah. And also it depends on like what keycaps are using. Like PBT is very different from ABS, for example. Hold on, I think this is not tightened properly. Maybe a tiny too much actually. Very quiet, this stab. Maybe it's because of the cuts, but it's very quiet. Yeah. There's no rattles, so that's good. All right. Okay. Sounds good. PCB is very flexy though. Okay. Send the papers. First paper we use a standard logarithmic, I guess logarithmic, yeah, logarithmic regression, and the second paper we use a multinomial regression. So we're both pretty standard, nothing cutting edge. I mean, yeah, regressions, but regressions are still like such important tools in like econometrics, political science, like epidemiology, pretty much everything statistically related. It's like cookie cutter, but super important, and also actually pretty complicated if you get into it. Okay. Logistic, my bad. Yeah, logistic regression, yeah. Okay. Alright, stabs are good, I think. Kind of. Let me just make sure about the spacing for the bottom row. Okay, that's the right one. Okay, that's the right one. Okay, cool. Oh yeah. Okay. The rest should be easy peasy. Actually, a flex hooks kind of make it very easy to put the plate, the switches in, because you can just grab onto each of the rows, and the switch just goes right in. list, so we can skip those. Okay, pipe key. Actually, for y'all who are students maybe in chat, you guys have plans for spring break, so to speak? I mean, it's not like everybody's going anywhere, but I mean, maybe you have plans to spend it locally, visit family maybe, or even just stick around and do something fun, or maybe even just work, but in a way that it's like gives you a lot more freedom to do stuff. Gonna have to go get myself one of those cherry mats. Nice. They're pretty standard, but I don't know. I mean, this is the same style as the Ilum KB cherry mats, so but I don't know if Ilum KB actually carries anything other than the brown one now. But that was like, this one is from the early group buy that Ilui from Ilum KB ran back in the day. Not sure if he has any black ones anymore. Build a PC. Whoa, nice. Nice. I actually do have a buddy who it was like offloading a PC here in the New York area, although it was like local only. But yeah, I guess PC sounds fun. Is it like about time to upgrade your PC? Need to go somewhere, been so long since I travel for pleasure. Yeah man, I get it. I feel that way too, honestly. I mean, I still say that that's probably my biggest regret. It was that when I was working, like between the time I finished school and was working, I didn't really travel. And then like, yeah, basically like any in between periods that I had, like whether it was during the school years or after that when I was working, I didn't really take breaks. I didn't really travel much. I only traveled maybe like you know, kind of like slightly bigger travels, like maybe like twice, and like it was not that much, honestly. Like, so yeah, definitely one of my regrets in that sense. Definitely wish I would have traveled more when I had the chance. It's like now it's like time is so precious, and like I certainly will have the chance to do it at some point, but it's been so long. Like I do miss that a lot. My current laptop has no screen, takes forever to load League. Oh, I see. Damn. Yeah. Well, hey, that's exciting though. Building a new PC. Do you have all the parts already, or are you still like just preparing stuff for your build? My schoolwork takes so much time, I don't feel like I have time to gym. Yeah, I feel that too. That said, I know I put an excuse as for the gym, so that's my fault for sure. That's nothing to do with just work, it's also my laziness. I haven't been able to travel international since my summer in China in 2017. School too strong. Yeah, I I traveled in 2014 to Malaysia, and then I traveled to Korea like in 2012, and then like, and then other trips that I did were like domestic, like I went to like California, but I mean even then that was still like 2016, I think. 2017 too. So I actually haven't traveled since then, really. Like I've done like small trips around here, like around New York City here, like out in the, like have gone out to the, like to Pennsylvania, or like, you know, like rent a cabin, Airbnb or whatever, like gone skiing or something like that. But it was like, you know, just like a weekend trip or something like that. I haven't really traveled for like longer in a long time now, like in 5+ years basically. So yeah, definitely miss it. Definitely miss it. Malaysia, my beloved, and Singapore. I didn't get a chance to visit Singapore, but when I visited Malaysia, it was such a wonderful place. I really loved it. I really want to visit again now that I know people in the community who are in Malaysia too, and I also have friends there who work there, who are from there. I loved Malaysia when I visited. It was such a beautiful country. And I like was there for like 3 months. I mean, not 3 months, 3 weeks, and like traveled all around the country. Even went out to like the, you know, the Indonesian side of it, like Sarawak, and like, you know, like went around there. Just kind of like stayed in smaller place a lot. Just got to see a lot of like less of the touristy stuff and really just more of like life there, and it was really nice. Really nice. Why is time more precious now? Because I think it's mostly because right now it's mostly because I'm constrained by like my current condition, which is like I want to finish my degree, and then after the degree, at least like if I want to have some kind of financial comfort, then I do need to find work and put time into it, right? So taking time off from that is a little bit more difficult when you're transitioning between like life phases. Does that make sense? But it's probably mostly it's probably a little bit of putting an excuse and a bit of imposter syndrome, probably, and like not really just jumping the gun on it. Probably I should just bite the bullet and just kind of just jump on it and just do it, to be honest. But yeah, I guess it takes a little bit of courage, I guess. I went to San Antonio to celebrate 5 years with my fiance right before COVID, March 2020, and before that Portland, October 2019. Nothing since then because of the pandemic. Yeah. I mean, obviously the pandemic hit everyone really hard. Like that's a fact, right? I personally had a very rough time for 2020. Everyone had a different experience for it, but yeah, certainly has affected that a lot, and the perception of traveling too just has changed a lot. So, all right, let's get this fan going and solder this up. I miss Malaysia. Me too. It was so fun when I went there. All right, let's start the solder here. Alright, coolio. It should be a quick soldering session though, because it's only a 60%. And these pads are kind of on the smaller side, so it requires less solder than I thought. Nice. Okay. Well, Peach has already hit the exclamation sponsors command, so you guys feel free to check out all the sponsors of the channel. Not gonna go into too much detail, but just gonna tell you some news. I believe today Keys dropped a new nice PBT set, which you can check out on keys.com. And they also restock lavenders. They put the new CXA white on black, black on white sets, which is a new profile, if I recall correctly. It's kind of like the ESS, sort of similar to that. And the new nice PBT set, if I recall, it's like a neutral set called the Type 6. Oh yeah, I also have news about nice PBT sets. They're actually going to be doing a nice PBT Fuji, nice PBT Noel, and And something else this week, I believe this Wednesday at 11 a.m. they'll be stocking new nice PVT sets based on some of the other sets that ran as GMK sets as well. So make sure to check those out. Retro Mizu, yeah, I believe they posted something about that too on Instagram. The reception didn't seem too great, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Some people might like the font, some people don't. The retro look to it. It's all kind of personal, I guess. But yeah, there's that coming soon as well. Color looks so bad. Peaches and cream too? Okay, well I guess there's all kinds of nice PVT now. So anyway, if you know a Kaneki set that has run, you know, over on their store, like for a GMK run or whatever, you can expect that they're definitely trying to bring all these different colorways into their new nice PVT or Keycaps sort of line of PVT cherry profile keycaps, just so that they can be more accessible to people at a low cost. Relatively low cost for a lot of compatibility. So, you know, whether you like it or not, you know, that's up to you to decide. But I mean, these options will be available like over time, and you'll definitely be seeing restocks more frequently for stuff of the sort. So, you know, check it out when you have the chance. Anyway, you guys should check out cbbplanet.com. CBB Planet has been silently stocking new stuff. They have some new Bongo Cat trays, the screw trays that I have over there actually, that I didn't have to use right now, but that I do often use. They're like cute trays that come with magnets, so you can use like screws and they'll like actually stick there. Or like if you're cutting like diode legs or whatever, you know, you can use for like all kinds of things. They do come with like a silicone and a wooden bottom like foot or kind of like bottom cover, so you'll protect from your you'll protect your desk from getting scratched or something like that. But yeah, the bongo trays, they CBB has been experimenting with new colors. I believe she just dropped some silver ones, some gray ones as well. Is doing like this kind of lavender, like purplish color. So there's those as well. But yeah, check out those trays on cbbplanet.com. Of course, the custom plate service is open again. So if you need a custom plate cut through CB Planet, you can go get that as well. Also on CB Planet, there's 0B cables, basically 0B or 1B LEMO style connector cables. Those are available as well now with all kinds of paracord color combinations for a pretty affordable price. I believe they're just LEMO style, so they're not like original LEMO, I believe. But you know, they would be accessible pricing for push-pull style slim connectors. So if that's kind of like your cup of tea, CB cables are going to be available, and you should certainly check out. I don't think I have a Discord link right now, but there is a Discord for their store. If you go there and you just hang out there for a bit, like you'll see sometimes CB will silently restock things or drop like things that might interest you. So yeah, check it out. Alright, Kinetic Labs. I don't think I have any specific news from Kinetic Labs. I mean, they've been stocking their PVT sets as usual, like, the seal set, octopus, whale, etc., corn, and so on, desk pads, and whatnot. They also restocked their Carbon GS2 lube recently, so you can check that out. I hope they do Euro and PVT too. Yeah, maybe it'll happen actually. Probably, maybe. I mean, I think so, right? Didn't the same person who do Noel also do Euro? So I guess Euro is very likely to come in nice PVT as well, right? I suppose. Anyhow, next up we have Novelkeys. Just check out novelkeys.com. There's in-stock sets and there's pre-order sets like BCS Deadbeats if you're interested in that. Excuse me. You can get also 5% off with the promo code BOLT for any in-stock items. I believe it might exclude GMK sets, but you can give it a shot nonetheless. I believe GMK Space Cadet and GMK Grand Prix are still in stock on Novelkeys, so if you have been on the fence for those sets in particular, they are in stock, so go get them. They have been stocking a lot of the newly shipped stuff from GMK in large numbers, which is great. So if you missed out on the group buy previously, that's the stuff. It's right there for you to get. If you've been tempted, you know, this is your chance. This is your chance. Space Cadet, in my opinion, great set. Especially in GMK came out great, I think. But anyhow, I digress. So yeah, just check out their stock for in-stock cherry sets as well as in-stock GMK sets. And they also have switches, of course, stabilizers, and all that good stuff for your keyboard modding. Thok Thumbs, hello. It works with GMK sets, your code? Oh, great. There was a time it didn't. There was a time someone told me it didn't work with some of their restocks or in-stock stuff. But if it works, then that's even better. That's fantastic. So you can get 5% off for in-stock sets as well now. In-stock GMK sets specifically, which is awesome. That's great. Great to know. Alright, then there is Omnitype, omnitype.com. You can head over there. They also have some in-stock sets as well as they also have like other accessories that you might need, like, you know, bags or switches or other things like that. They also have been supplied with their new Pokemon collaboration, so their new Pokeball replica units. Like, you can get those as well over there. They have a lot of different styles. So if you're interested in Pokemon Company stuff, Omnitype is a place that you can head over to, omnitype.com/lightning, to check out their stock. Next, Prime KB just recently announced that they are going on extended break for pretty much the next month. There is no specific date at which they will be reopening their store, but I believe it's just some personal matter. But yeah, they just closed shop for a little bit. So like, if you have been looking for Durox stabilizers, there's other places that also have it. And like, you know, like Canon Keys also has stabilizers, like, you know, Kinetic Labs also has stabilizers. There's all these different shops have stabilizers. So, you know, if you normally source your, you know, black stabilizers from Prime KB, there are other options available. But yeah, Prime KB is going on break for the next month. So just keep that in mind. But I mean, hopefully they'll resolve whatever they need to and come back soon. Best of luck to Mr. Holton from Prime KB. Project Keyboard, check out Project Keyboard for GMK Hangul White on Black and Black on White Round 2. Comes with R5 bottom row, my favorite. I definitely will be getting that set. So if you want yours, you know, the pre-order closes on the first week of March. So I believe this week is the last week for that set. So check it out. Then there is Salvin and SpaceHoldings.net, where they both have GMK Indigo currently for sale. There's also a Salvin collaboration keycap for GMK Indigo, so check it out. Sheesh, I'm back. Welcome back, Mr. Eric. How are you doing? Also, Space Cables just put their pre-orders up for sets that you might have missed out previously. So if you go to their Keycaps section of the store, there are pre-orders available for extras, but they're pre-orders, meaning that the stocks haven't. The sets have not shipped yet. But if you want to reserve your set right now for GMK Polybius or GMK Dandy, I think, like MW Sogurt and what was that, GMK Nightshade? Those are available on their store as well. Salvin also has other things like switches and stabs and Krytox if you're in the EU. They also stock Wilvatech PCBs if you have a Wilvatech PCB compatible board and you've been looking for like hot swap or a solder PCB. Those often come in stock through Salvin, so check that out. And you know, Salvin also has like apparel and other cool stuff that you can check out. But yeah, GMK Indigo is the main pre-order that's currently ongoing over at Salvin and Space Cables. They are the two. They're two of the vendor proxies for that particular key set. So check them out. There's also the Evil Eye cable, in case you didn't catch Mr. Minoli in chat earlier. GMK Evil Eye's collaboration cable is also at Space Cables, and the GMK Mercury's collaboration cable is also at Space Cables. Alright, Alrighty, I'm done soldering, which was pretty fast. Let's get my cable over here to test this PCB now. Whoops. Alright. Oh yeah, it's all tangled up over here. It's all tangled up. Alright, there we go. Okay, what was that? Okay. Alright, let's check this with Via. Do you have a bra mat? I actually don't have a bra mat. I did not get a bra mat. I wanted to, but I do have a lot of desk mats, so I passed on it for now. But I mean, the bra mat is pretty funny, and it's a pretty funny. It's just a funny concept. Lars is a great funny guy, so yeah, I do appreciate him. He's hilarious. All right, let's test this. I think, yeah, I don't know what color I would get if I got a bra mat. Maybe purple, or maybe blue. Blue. Or purple. Alright, cool. That works. Kerbal asks, how many mats do you have? I just counted, I'm up to 27. Yeah, don't ask me that question. I have too many. I probably have as many or probably more. Probably more, actually. I have too many. Business expense? No, just bad. Irresponsible. Me. Alright, PCB works, great. So now let's put the assembly into the case now. I have at least 10 more ordered. Oh my god. Yeah, I've been really trying to avoid ordering more dust masks. Now that I have like a lot of different colors and stuff, I've been trying to restrain myself from ordering more dust mats and things like that, just because, yeah, it's not like I'm using them all at the same time either. And even if I did, that's kind of silly anyhow. And yeah, so I've been kind of stopping myself from doing that now. I like collecting desk mats. I mean, I do like desk mats a lot too, but they also take up quite a bit of space, you know? I've decided to be sensible and buy two only, Hyperfuse and Carbon. Oh, the Brocaps mats. Yeah, I'm kind of torn on that too, to be honest. Get a rolling garment rack and hangers, but the problem is, where the heck do I put this rolling garment rack? Also, another problem about the hangers and the rolling garment rack thing is you know what the issue is? That if you use like those like pants hangers, you know, the ones that have the clips, right? They actually press on the edge of the mat, and I kind of don't like that idea. I actually prefer them just to be rolled. So there's that too. Only buying the artisan collab with rough texture ones. Yeah, I mean the Brocaps one is like that. Yeah. I don't know about the. I mean, yeah, I think they're rough by default, by the way. So, yeah. All right, cool. I found some hangers that don't mess up the mats. Oh, neat. What is that like? Man, these gaskets are stuck together. Okay, there we go. Okay, well, the assembly of this is super easy. Just pop it in. Boom. And pop the case back on. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Just like that. So make sure that the port is in place as we compress here. Actually, let me just double check that. It will sit in place. Yeah, okay, it should be fine. Alright, great. So now we can just put the case back on and screw it together. As my friend said, no more peasant desk mats? That's kind of rude. Damn. Why do desk mats have to look so nice? Because it's a nice flat surface. That's why. You can print anything on them. That's why they look so nice. They're just flat surfaces. You can print literally anything. It's just like a poster, but on your desk. It's like a painting, but on your desk. You know? Yeah. Thank you for the stream. I'll watch it later. Dinner time here? Oh, sounds good. Have a good dinner. Eltherac. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay. Wait a second. Am I tripping, or does this have a seam? I think it does have a seam, purposeful seam at the front. Yeah, given the port positioning. Wait, no. They should close, right? Is it stuck? Or... Okay, let me undo this. The compression went wrong. I only like rough dust mats now? Oh, I see. The rough texture ones are kind of nice, to be honest. If you screw it all down, it won't. Okay, I think I just missed the... I think it might just have hung at the edge one of the tabs. So I'm gonna just go back and do it properly. Rough ones irritate my forearms. Oh, really now? Oh, sorry. I also Pumpy, I don't know why that filtered you out there. Okay, yeah, the plate just got stuck, I think, here. Is this plate like a wee bit bigger? Is that why? Hold on. Let me just make sure it fits here. It's supposed to compress. Okay. I guess I just need to really compress here while I'm screwing it down so that it doesn't get stuck on anything. Yeah, okay, that's what it was. It's just getting stuck at the edges here. Alright, cool. Yep, alright, cool. Come on now. Screw. Okay, I'll try this corner first. I've had some mats that the thread around the outside really irritates my arms too. Oh, really? Huh. First time I hear that specifically, but I could see that. Because the thread on the outside is definitely thicker, so... Were GMK extras always 185 plus USD? Yeah, so they've always been typically between 170 and 185, I think. That sounds about right for GMK sets, yeah. I mean, like, Origin have always sold their pre-order stuff at $180, so it's not like this price has been unknown. It's been like this since like 2016 or something like that. That's the retail price basically for GMK sets. The retail price is not the group buy price. Group buy price is just a benefit for the people who decide to pre-order early. Yeah. They're practically selling it to you at cost during GB. Yeah, during GB the margins are probably pretty small. Relatively. So it's a big amount of money, you know. All right, so Miss Peach has wanted GMK column depths, I think. All right, there's an extra switch here. I'll just it's a gift to you. Here you go, extra Alpaca switch, lubed. Okay, let's put GMK column depths, clam derps. GMK column depths. Do I have it here? Or is it somewhere else? Oh, it might be somewhere else actually. Let me go get it. I'll be right back, folks. Just gonna go get the key set really quick. Enjoy looking at JD for a sec. Alright, we back. Look at this packaging. I love the GMK column depths packaging. It says side A on one side. It's like vinyl, right? And then on the back, I really like old banderoles too. HHKB style, 60%, 60, like basically all the layouts that it supports. It's pretty cool. GMK Records column depths. Very cool work by Mr. Obolowski here. I have returned with ribs and Brussels sprouts. Yo, so nice. I want some ribs and Brussels sprouts. I should cook in a bit, actually. I'm getting hungry now. Oh, it is about dinner time. No wonder I'm hungry. It is basically dinner time. Wait, did I miss the... What did I miss here? It's not opening up. I'm thinking about getting some tungsten switches. Have you tried them? I haven't tried them, but I think I heard they're fine. I heard they're alright. I heard they're pretty good. Honestly, a lot of switches these days are pretty nice. Can't go wrong, honestly. It's very difficult to go wrong with switches these days, I feel. There's so much out there now. Speaking of ribs and Brussels sprouts, Texas barbecue do hit different. I mean, Texas barbecue is great, yeah. I mean, I want to visit Texas for their barbecue, that's for sure. And more, but I mean, there's like Tex-Mex too. There's actually a Bane there, which I'm sure you can find elsewhere. But I mean, I think they just have their own characteristic Tex-Mex too, which is super good. And legit Mexican food too. But I mean, I know what legit Mexican food tastes like, so I'm not like missing out on that either. Kansas City barbecue, best barbecue. I actually just I don't know, man. I just love meat. I love barbecue. I would take any of that. Anyway, do you think column depths has aged well as a colorway? Yeah, I think so. I think it's a pretty unique set that has maintained its kind of. It has a very. The colorway was pretty well known when it released as an SA set, and in fact, it was actually SA column depths was one of the most expensive sets of all time for a decent amount of time after it came out. The SA column depths R1 set before the Max Key, like the SA Max Key set came out, was very, very highly rated and very expensive in the aftermarket. Extremely expensive in the aftermarket. It was like 500 to 800 bucks for the SA set, and that was a uniform. It was 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3 set. I actually don't remember what the profile was, but it was like a flat on the alpha set. But it was very expensive back then. But I think the GMK set came out pretty well, in my opinion. Some people actually dislike it relative to the SA set, which I understand, because the SA set has these large, has a large centered legends and whatnot, which I mean, they're aesthetically quite pleasing, to be honest with you. But I think this the GMK set is still pretty good too. Okay. Old tray, yeah, old tray. This is a slightly older GMK set, so yeah, older tray. This came out in 18? I don't remember what the date on this set was. Something like that. People fighting over barbecue. Eastern NC, like what, North Carolina barbecue? Huh. Man, I don't know. Y'all know more about barbecue than I do, but I'll just invite me to barbecue. I'll eat it. You need someone to finish all the leftover barbecue that you have. I'll eat it. I'll eat it all. No problem. I'm like a living vacuum. Just inhale that. So good though. Yum 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 yum. I love the dark blue on the alphas. I like this way better than Hammerhead Dark. I don't like Hammerhead Dark too much. I also don't like the contrast on that set as much. I like this one more. Hammerhead Light, however, is a very good set, in my opinion. But alas. Oh, Hammerhead kidding? Yeah, I guess for people like Reborn, who is a very avid Alice user, the kitting was very subpar for that. Okay, let me choose an artisanal keycap. Do I have something gray or blue, dark bluish? Ooh, I have something that kind of fits it really well here. Ooh, I have a Puppet Master. The Nightcaps Puppet Master is kind of neat. Togepi meh. Too cute for the aesthetic. Oh, the Nightcap Fukotsu is kind of nice because of the glitter. The Zorb cap is nice. The Corby is kind of nice. This is kind of nice too. It's a little different. This is the Binge Cthulhu. This Corby is actually not. It's not blue, so that probably won't work. There's this too, which is gray. Gray works too on this. Yeah, okay. I think those are pretty. These are pretty good options. This is another good option. This kernel over here, and I guess this Mr. Sir Ferret Glutton is also pretty nice. Oh, and the Pocky is also very nice. Need something ferocious? These are not very ferocious. I think the Puppet Master is the one that's closest to the theme. So these are some of the selections that I have. So okay guys, you can choose between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Is that good? Yeah, you can select between 1 through 9. I think 2 is the best fit for the theme because it's basically a fish. 3 is good also because it's also basically a fish. And the other ones are kind of like all over the place with the color theme. I hate that they've broken up base sets so much nowadays. They have to buy 3 sets to get the support you need. This is true. You do the kitting has I don't like base kits with no numpads, first of all. So yeah, 1, 2, and 4 for me. Very nice picks. I do agree with those picks too. All right, I got. Oh, maybe I'll just go down each time someone votes. So 2 got another vote like this. 3 stands out. Yeah, 3 does stand out very nicely too. All right. I guess maybe it just needs an executive vote here. They're kind of tight on the races, so because not many people voted. So I think I'll go with 2. I think 2 is pretty nice. 8 is very cute though, that's for sure. 8 is a super cute keycap. Mr. Surfer Glutton from Just Her Ho. What a name. But I mean, it's apparently it's based on their real name, so it's pretty funny. 1 or 2, okay. 1 or 2. All right, let's go with 2. Let's go with 2. I think this Puppet Master actually fits pretty nicely. All right. All right, let's give this a shot, guys. I'm very excited to try this. I may not use numpad all the time, but when I open a set without it, I feel ripped off. You know one, Drunk Man? I totally agree. I also don't use it all the time, but I still use numpad every so often. I do have boards with numpad. I also have a numpad separately, and I do use numpad every so often. Yeah, for like data entry and other things. And yeah, not seeing a numpad in the base kit is just kind of it's because whenever you do need a numpad, paying like $40 or $30 or whatever for numpad kit is so expensive. And like if you didn't buy it, you're screwed. Like, good luck finding the numpad like kit. I mean, nowadays I guess vendors carry extras, but still, it's just very inconvenient. All right. All right. Oh, do we have a Calm Devs theme here too? Oh, do they have Hammerhead then? That's kind of, man. No, I don't like it, man. All right, I guess we'll just go with, what is Blue Dolphin? Okay, that works. That's kind of decent. Is this your first Monstargear build? No, it's my second one, I think, or third one. I did the TKL before. It is my first Monstargear 60 though. This is the first Sangeo60 that I built. All right, friends, let's give this a shot. Let me move the mic and we'll try it. Okay. Alright, friendos. Turn off this for a sec. So today we have a Monstargear Sangeo60. Sangeo means shark in Korean. This board is designed by a company from Korea named Monstargear. And this is built with Alpaca switches on a Flex Cut Able DZ60 V2 PCB, V3, V2, I don't know, and a FR4 plate. This is basically isolation gasket mount style, where it has gasket strips lining the top and the bottom of the case. And yeah, it should be a pretty flexible and pretty fun typing experience. So let's give it a shot. And the Alpacas were lubed with Tribosys 3204 and with Deskeys films, which are probably my favorite combo for the Alpacas. So let's try it out. V2 Rev 3, thank you. All right. Man, I really don't like this theme. There's no contrast for the typing and the errors. I can't even see what I'm typing. I'm gonna change that. It sucks. Back to Dracula we go. Never heard Alpaca sound like this before. Yeah, it's probably the flux cuts on this acting on it, and also the FR4 plate certainly mutes the sound a decent bit. Kind of takes away a little bit of the more bright sound to it. So it definitely is a combination of different things. Chip Dip says, "Hey Diego, I have a question. What are some tactile switches you recommend? I recommend MX Browns, MX Clears. Zelio V1 Redux, actually not bad in my opinion. Boba U4T is highly recommended by a lot of people. If you want more tactile stuff, I mean, honestly, like OG Holy Pandas or the Drop Holy Pandas are fine. There's like the, Texas Salmons from Kinetic Labs and all those that are much more tactile. There's like the Neapolitan something switches from Keys. I think they're also Texas based or JWK, actually I don't remember. And then there's like SP Star switches too, the Dark Magic Girl ones. Those are kind of like somewhere in between. But it depends on how tactile you want your switches. But those are some that I could name right off the bat that I've tried, at least most of them. So yeah, every vendor is out of a U4T. Yeah, is it flexy though? You can definitely tell that there's a vibration to the PCB. So it's soft. It's very soft typing. I feel like if you're a heavy typist, you feel it even more. I'm not a very heavy typist, so I don't feel it as much. But yeah, let's check out the mods first. I mean, if you want to see the flex, let's see if we can perceive it. I mean, if I press it on it hard, see, there's quite a bit of flex to it. Trying to push without moving the table or anything like that, but yeah, you can perceive there's quite a bit of movement there. It definitely is quieter, and a lot of it is because of those flex cuts. The flex cuts will basically help really dissipate a lot of the energy from the sound into that like motion, the vibration, and so it kind of quiets down the sound a decent bit. This was very evident on the Mr. Suit build that we did, like a couple months or like a month, over than a month ago. That Mr. Suit build also I did it without foam or anything like that. and because of those cuts, a lot of that sound was kind of like dissipated in that way, and like it was pretty quiet, as opposed to what people were expecting initially. And I think that's why. It's because of those cuts. They're really just getting the sound out. Yeah. The platinum PCB will definitely change the character of the board a lot. So I always, when people ask me like, how do I make this board sound or feel good, I always say try out different plates or PCBs first. Like try out whatever your configuration is. It might not be the board's fault per se. You might just need to try different combinations to get it right, to get to what you want. So you need to cater to your own taste. But yeah. All right, let's give this typing one more try, because I kind of didn't like how this is no contrast to the theme. So let me try it one more time, okay? And that's actually, yeah, like the taping thing, the tape mod kind of thing. You know how like tape mod kind of makes the sound kind of feel like it's reflected more upward. That probably is something similar to that. Like all that sound's kind of just being reflected up to you. All right. There it is. Yeah, no, pretty fun build though for sure, because it has quite a bit of movement to it. Honestly, like it's a lot of the typing feel kind of goes into that like movement of the PCB plate. Like you can really tell. Like, you know, if I zoom in here, right? If I zoom in here, like the movement is very evident here. Like you can see this thing kind of sink in, and so yeah. A lot of it kind of just goes into that. It's definitely a different build for like compared to like a typical aluminum or a typical just full plate build with a regular PCB. So definitely some variation there. But yeah, I mean, KBD fans offers you know, the DG60 revision, version 2, revision 3 for left side USB-C port cases. So if you have a keyboard that has that, like the Brutal 60 would probably work with that PCB, and there are some other keyboards that probably work with that. So the Salvation would probably work with that, but the Salvation already comes with a PCB that would also kind of do that. So there's like the weird Flex ones as well, so you get that option. Anyhow, that's why AO3 started taping the flex cuts. Yeah, Tempest tape the whole PCB. Yeah. So the principle of that I think kind of makes more sense now. Like now that we've tried things out, like I've tried taping with the PCB before, which I actually haven't done it on stream, I guess. No, I don't think I've tried it on stream. But I've tried it off stream before too. And like taping the PCB really does bring the sound kind of out, like towards you. And so I think that's what it is. Like when you have a lot of these flex cuts, a lot of the sound kind of gets dissipated into the case, maybe into your desk because of the vibration. Kind of quiets down a little bit of that overall like sound level. Of course, like this is not like a factual like kind of science thing. It's just more empirical. But I do think that kind of is something like that is happening here. And yeah, when people decide to, you know, make a board more T-word-y, you know, in many ways just means to kind of get the sound profile kind of more like get like more like kind of more uniform and like bounce towards you, kind of like, you know, which is achieved with like tape or foam and that kind of stuff, which fills the space, right? So a lot of the sound doesn't really travel through the case anymore, and it kind of comes back up. So yeah. Do you like Cherry R5? I love Cherry R5, my friend. Cherry R5, every set should have Cherry R5. Cherry Row 5 profile is the best. The best, I tell you. Anyway, we can compare that too. But anyway, let's show off the board for a second. And yeah, I am the R5 preacher. I would advocate for every keyset designer who ever does Cherry profile sets to do, or GMK specifically, I guess in this case, to do 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 row profile. I don't like row 0 that much. It's very steep. It's very inclined towards U2, so it's a little bit uncomfortable actually, especially with the separation between, like in the TKL, the separation between the F row and the first row and the first num row is actually a little bit off-putting for row 0. So that's why I actually didn't like row 0 when I first tried it. All right, so here is the keyboard. The solution is to not have flex cuts to begin with. Yeah, so look at that. Look at the shine on this set now. I've had this set for a while, so it's starting to shine in places. Yeah, but very nice. I do like this board. It's very simple, but it sounds and feels pretty good, honestly. Like standard, and like it's simple. It's simple and nice. I think for the price, this I think this is probably a good deal. I think the price was fairly accessible for this board, so I think whoever owns this board is probably would be a happy camper in my opinion. I think it's pretty nice. I think the lines are clean, at least. Like the seam is like kind of hardly visible if you compress it properly, like this. So it's pretty nice, and the weight is very fitting for the board. This is like bluish PVD sort of. Very cool. I do like this shark weight. It's pretty cute. Yeah, no, this is simple, but it simply just seems to work. So pretty nice. 60% for what it's worth. Not focusing there, but anyway, yeah. There's a USB port and there's a back. Yeah. So yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, like I can show you the difference between row 5 and row 4, right? So for example, this board here has row 5. Well, right now I don't have a row 1 profile cap here, but this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's row 5, and I'm a huge fan of row 5. Huge fan of row 5. As opposed to row 4, it ends with 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 basically. So in this case it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So there's a little step down here for row 4, and I like how the row 5 kind of curves up a little bit. It finishes the profile really nicely. That's what I like about it. It's aesthetically just more pleasing, and functionally I have no problems with it. So yeah. Alu plate normal DZ60 and SB Star Meteor White sounds insane on this, huh? Oh, interesting. I mean, I'm sure that the alu plate would sound totally fine on this board too, because right now the sound of this board is pretty good. Like, there's maybe a little bit of a resonance here towards this row, I think. Maybe it's just a shift key, to be honest. But to be honest, it doesn't seem very apparent. So the sound is already pretty good, pretty solid. So I think an aluminum plate would go pretty well on this too. But yeah, no R5 sets yet, but waiting for a few to arrive. Well, yeah, there are a few now out there. And I think Nacho just asked a typing test on the Jane. Yeah, sure, I can try that. Give it a shot here. So this has MX Browns on a carbon fiber plate. So this is MX Browns on a carbon fiber plate. Jordy. Anyhow, yeah. So that's what it sounds like. This one, you can hear the mods if you want. Is that some shine I see? Yeah, this set is definitely shining, like everywhere. I've used this set for a bit too. I don't tend to shine my sets very quickly, but they do shine eventually. Yeah. Anyway, so that's my Jane V2C. Those sound like some really smooth MX Browns. They're okay actually. They're not like super smooth. They're just I did lube them with Krytox 100 series oil. Oil tends to kind of drown a little bit of the imperfections because it's like liquid, right? Yeah, like and the 107 specifically was pretty thick. Like and so yeah, they sound a little bit different from what you would normally have with like grease lube, like MX Browns or something like that. I just finished building my keyboard. Now I want to get this on 65. Nice. KNTV. Welcome. Dar2 Keck, you got any Alice board? I do have a TJR Alice. It's a good board, but 3 years, I don't know, or 3 years or 4. Bring out the Topre. I do have some Topre, yeah. Anyhow, I have HKBs. That's my Topre, main Topre. I have a Real Force too, but yeah. Is there a way to restore ABS? Yes, you can restore ABS. You can restore ABS. You just need a sandblaster for that. Sandblaster with the right fineness for the medium that you're using, the sand, can restore your GMK cap texture. People have done it, and it's doable. Like if you have one of those like garage like sandblasters, like the boots, right, where you like put your hands into like the gloves and like there's the sand in there and you can like, you know, use a sandblaster. Those are enough to do it. You just need to get the right grit for the sand and try it. But yeah, you can restore the texture for keycaps if you don't like shine. Yeah. You have a nerd nest? Yeah, right here. Oh, I see it's a little zoomed in. Yeah, that's a nerd nest right here. Nerd nest, and then the one next to it is the one from Alchemy. Mr. Yeffy runs that. Yeah, this is my nerd nest. I think cherry clear slightly cracked loose in my first set of GMK white and black. Yeah, cherry clears are a bit of a lottery in that sense. Some batches of cherry clears seem to be slightly thicker, some are not, and so I've definitely heard about like caps being loose after using on cherry clears, and in some cases I haven't experienced that on like at least like one of the boards that I have, but I think that one has PBT caps on it, so I think maybe that's why. Maybe ABS is a little bit more prone to that. So yeah. Does the badge come out of the other one? Yes, it does. It does. Harbor Freight has all that? Yes, Harbor Freight should have the sandblaster. Yeah, the booth. Small sandblast booth with smaller compressor. I don't know what time of set. Yeah, it would certainly be. It would certainly be a bit of a expense. You would certainly buy it more because you would use it for other stuff too. If you're only doing it for the keycaps, I don't know. It's a lot, and also it takes a lot of space, and it's heavy, and different things, right? I'll get the sandblaster if I had another reason to do it, but definitely not just for this keycap thing. Yeah. Anyone know how to fix those tiny cracks? Super glue. Honestly, super glue. Just put a little bit of brush a little bit of super glue on the outside of it. It'll leave a little bit of residue, but it'll at least stick. So there's like those plastic surgery super glue ones. They're like little tubes of super glue, and you could brush a little bit of that maybe. It's a little work, but I mean, it's probably the best adhesive you have around for it. And then just let it dry. Does it wear away the keycaps, or it's not that invasive? I mean, it'll wear a bit of the texture. I mean, it'll wear a little bit at the top, yeah, because sandblasting is literally you're like pouring at high energy, high force, high impact. You're putting like sand onto the top of you're hitting sand on top of these caps. So yeah, it'll like wear the texture a little bit. Probably not much. I mean, the medium is very fine. So it will just be at the very surface level, yeah. I mean, but if you keep going at it, then maybe you would have to experiment. You would have to figure out how to use the sandblaster. There you go. Plastic cement. How does that work? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's ways to. Oh, you mean that's for the cherry clear thing, right? Yeah. I like this board. Pretty solid. Pretty solid board. This Sangeo60. I like the weight too. It's pretty cute. It's not too heavy, not too light. Just the right heft, I think, for a 60%. A few pounds. Yeah, I have sets that are I don't mind shine on sets, so I'm glad I don't mind, really. Awesome, hello. You're looking good today. Thank you. It's actually just I don't know. This is my afternoon hair. I went to work and then came back and it was just like this. All right, folks. Got any last minute questions or anything like that for me? Oh yeah, Nacho, I replaced that. Remember that switch that you didn't like on the Keycaps build last time? I replaced that, and it was just a switch, so easy peasy. Cooking stream when? Setting that up will be a pain in the butt, and also I'm too shy for it, to be honest. I'm not a great cook. I try to cook for myself, but that's, yeah. I want to keep it that way, I think. What's for dinner? Good question. I'm debating, guys. Last time I made some kimchi melt, basically. It's really a melt. Kimchi melt over the weekend with some Monterey Jack cheese and some mozzarella. It was so good with like really well fermented kimchi on like 12 grain like toast. Oh, it was really good. I'm debating between that basically, or I do have some beef, So I could just make some beef and some roast veggies. I have some rice. Actually, I'll probably do that because I do have like some rice that I already made. So that will be my carbs. And then I'll do some roast veggies in the oven and have it with some steak or something like that. Yeah, something simple. Alright, let's go see who is currently streaming though. Not a great cook, what do you mean? The proof's on the food chat. I'm just a try-hard OnlyFans stream. Anyhow, guys, feel free to join my Discord channel if you want it. I mean, my server is not very busy. It's a nice and quiet server, so if you want to come and hang out with us, you know, feel free to come by. We're a little toxic, just kidding. Yeah, it's a fun place to hang out in. All right, let's see who's streaming right now. Oh, Mr. Otos is streaming. He just started. Oh, Miss Apiary is streaming too. How about we raid Miss Apiary, who will probably raid Mr. Otos in less than an hour, probably. I could bet. I could bet that's the case. We don't exist? What do you mean? You're like one of the most active people in the server, Reborn. It gets lit in there sometimes. Yeah, sometimes we get some celebrity visits. That other day, like Yutzi came by. I was like, oh my god. Starstruck, guys. Yutzi came by to the server that day that people were talking about the TGR Max F1 or whatever. I like meat a lot, pasta, so that's what I would go with. Yeah. Yeah. What's the next build? Oh, the next build should be an Austin. We're probably building an Austin from Drift Mechanics for a friend of mine. Yeah, so pretty excited because it's the first 1800 style build in a long time, or in a little bit. I think the last one was still like a Rect 1800, but it's been the first different kind of build in a while, so I'm pretty excited for that one too. Legend has it that when YouTube appeared, we got these sharp boards. Imagine. Alright, let's go raid Miss Apiary keyboards and say hello. Meow, go raid. We might have gotten that private run of TGR boards with TJD engravings. Gosh, that would be wonderful. Happy Monday. Miso is the best boy. Miso is the best boy. Meow go ooh woo. Alright, this is what we're telling Miss Apiary. Okay, friends. Thank you so much for stopping by today. It was a lot of fun. Today's build was great. I'll catch you guys on the next build. On the next build stream. It'll probably happen sometime later this week. And that will be in Austin from Drift Mechanics, and yeah, we'll go from there. But yeah, do join me on my socials if you would like. If not, that's fine, but yeah, I'll catch you on the next stream. You know, just follow me on Twitch if you haven't seen how to find me live. I often just go live and ping on my server, and then you'll receive a notification if you're on the app as well. Alright, friends. Take care of yourselves. Have a good rest of your week. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.